Monumental. The entire world is experiencing a technology revolution, and robots replacing us humans on construction sites may be closer than you expect. Monumental has made this their goal, and they have created a set of robots that can take over the reins from blue-collar workers. The robots will be working as a team, with one supplying and transporting materials, another laying bricks, and a third pouring mortar. This may feel a bit surreal, but with vision and electronic brains, these robots have already started grinding gears on small construction projects, alongside humans. They are yet to tackle high-rise buildings, but at this stage, it feels like an inevitable advancement we'll see very soon. A system to insulate a building and brick cladding at the same time? We will answer shortly how this is possible. Keep watching. SlimFix RenoPro. We have a very impressive advancement in the roofing world. The plastic tile that RenoPro has invented is the ideal solution for any roof that has a slope between 20 and 60 degrees. It's placed beneath the regular tile, and it will provide a lifetime of protection against moisture and bad drainage. The complex pattern makes for very functional advantages, like directing water to the gutters, and the entire structure is fully modular. The seams are tight enough to not let any rainwater through, and you have the option to leave a bit of space between the shingles to attract some birds looking to make a nest. Securing the natural environments for new construction projects has always been a challenge. Stay tuned to see how this is now easily achieved. Eurobrick X-Clad system. Doing two jobs at once is the dream for any construction worker. And with the Eurobrick X-Clad system, it's now entirely possible to add brick cladding and complete the installation of a building in one go. Workers need only follow a few simple steps, including installing the extruded boards and then using adhesive to attach the nailed brick cladding. The final step is to add a layer for mortar for strength, and in the end, it'll even mimic real brickwork. Amazingly, the final result is a meager 1.29 inches or 33 millimeters thick, and 1 square meter only weighs 79 pounds or 36 kilograms. Wooden buildings can also be upgraded using this system, and since it requires up to 70% less energy than traditional bricks, it's amazingly eco-friendly too. Fixing foundations on a home has always been an extremely difficult task. Keep watching to see how this is now a very simple job. ARROWLIFT. Fixing foundations used to be an impossible task before ARROWLIFT made its appearance in the construction world. This expansive system is designed to lift homes or buildings off the ground so foundational repairs, footing installations, and excavation digging can be done. Each tower in the system can support as much as 20 tons on its own, and the maximum lifting height stands at 17 feet or 5.2 meters, which is hugely impressive. This means machinery like excavators will have no trouble operating, and for extremely heavy houses, a total of 4 towers can be combined. The manufacturer provides extensive training to new construction workers using the system, but it's already making waves and only growing in popularity. Prefabricated construction pieces make the job so much easier, especially when they hold numerous benefits. Keep watching to find out more. Noyeks acoustic panels. Noise pollution is a problem for many constructions, especially in public spaces. This is the acoustic panels from Noyeks, and they're all the buzz at the moment. These panels can reduce the noise in a room by as much as 50%, and you'll only need a few basic tools to do the installation, such as a flathead screwdriver and screws. The standard panel measures 94 by 23 by 0.7 inches, or 240 by 60 by 2 centimeters, and the non-woven polyester and MDF fabric it's made from is the key to the remarkable sound insulation. You can choose from a veneer, such as oak or birch for aesthetics, and these panels are easily cut to size on the construction site. Installation is a breeze, and these panels are guaranteed to be one of the best investments you'll ever make. Domovladelets. You might not be too familiar with the Domovladelets company, but their range of innovative prefabricated monolithic slabs are some of the most efficient and cost-effective options you'll find anywhere. Firstly, these slabs weigh half of what regular versions do. They do not need any screed and are versatile enough for areas typically inaccessible to heavy machinery. Their design is also remarkably straightforward and consists of only a few parts: a weight-bearing reinforced concrete or metal beam, an aerated concrete block insert, formwork providing expanded clay blocks or EPS concrete, some structural cement, and a reinforcing mesh. The cavities they leave behind can then be used to hide unsightly utility lines, and the entire design is going to provide far superior thermal insulation, so they are ideal for buildings with very large windows. Lastly, we have to mention that they cost around a third of the price of the competition, and installation will require the labor of just one person for 1 hour per 11 square feet or 1 square meter. KEWAZO LIFTBOT. LIFTBOTs don't get the attention they deserve. These hardworking machines have become an integral part of the building process, without which we would be unable to do the most basic of construction tasks. Take the KEWAZO LIFTBOT as an example. This incredible machine has been used in projects that range from oil refineries to important government headquarters, and with it, workers can transport up to 13,000 pounds or 6 tons of construction materials in a single 8-hour shift without putting their own safety at risk at all. It doesn't require much time to set it up either, since it can start working in just 30 minutes from arriving on site. Plus, since it can work non-stop for 10 hours on a full battery and recharges from a standard 110 or 220 volt outlet, labor costs can be greatly reduced, even halved with this machine. And if necessary, workers can move it onto and use it from a scaffolding structure, further simplifying the entire process for everyone involved. Convinced yet? Parthenon OSD. This crew is hard at work installing a new stormwater management system, and the one they chose for the job is the Parthenon OSD, a modular system that can store up to 2.1 million gallons or 8 million liters of water. It takes just 1 day to fully construct, despite its huge size. Once installed, the Parthenon will be covered with earth and will be able to handle the weight of 4-axle trucks driving over it. This, of course, is on top of the weight of the water itself, as well as other heavy equipment. The system even allows you to add extras, like flushing pipes or filters to it. The price for this system starts at $500 but goes up as the project gets bigger. Flexim Roof Mortar. Flexim Roof Mortar is the only way you're going to prevent your roof from eventually ending up like the one in this video. The good news, once it's on there, you can forget about it because it's going to last a long time and protect your roof against the elements for many carefree years. This USA-made, ready-to-use roofing mortar has been trusted by homeowners for nearly 40 years, and its thick, paste-like consistency makes it incredibly simple to apply, even for complete newbies. It's been specially made to be up to 5 times faster to apply than traditional alternatives, and also comes in at half the price. This mortar is so tough that it's 100% crack resistant, will never stratify, and remains flexible even in extreme temperatures from 140 to 13 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 to negative 10 degrees Celsius. So basically, if it's there, it's gonna work. Moreover, this mortar can be used to fix holes and gaps indoors, and there are currently 6 different colors to choose from. A box will cost you $125. Nafufill KM250 Repair Concrete. A small German company has created this special concrete repair mortar to help them with maintaining the integrity of the thousands of concrete infrastructure facilities strewn across their country, from bridges to apartment blocks. Nafufill KM250 stands apart from similar products because it has been reinforced with polypropylene fibers, giving it several invaluable properties that make it much more suitable for repairing concrete structures of all kinds. This makes it ideal for both localized manual repairs and continuous machine applications, as well as handling both fixed and moving loads. The fibers also make it water and fire resistant, and it won't chemically react when exposed to substances like de-icing salt either, so it can be used in applications that would otherwise prove to be unsuitable for such easy repair. Coming up, we have a very interesting invention that may change the way we tackle water purification entirely. LEEB Balkone. Installing a deck is something that LEEB, Europe's only ISO 9001 certified manufacturer of balconies and railings, knows a lot about. The company has incorporated the best engineering practices into all of its products and has managed to create a lineup of balcony systems that can compete with the best. These balconies are fitted with features so impressive that they can use them to not only apply for state tenders and trade intentionally, but establish themselves as the only real good option for any balcony project. The LEED balcony not only looks great, but is also much more durable than most other systems on the market, since it's made out of an aluminum alloy that is 20% stronger than normal options. It's also been coated with a generous layer of hail-resistant Alu comfort powder. On top of that, the special multi-layered glass is so tough that it has survived the impact of a 110-pound or 50-kilogram pendulum in tests fully intact. Lastly, LEEB's Alu Comfort Plus painting technology creates a beautiful wood-like appearance, so it can seamlessly match any aesthetic. Ergobox. Here's a horrifying fact. Up to 80% of wastewater produced is not treated or cleaned effectively, and we don't need to tell you why this is a big concern. However, by using innovative and well-thought-out biological treatment systems like Ergobox, the safety of your water can significantly improve. There are compact options for 2 people or less, as well as more sophisticated setups for up to 300 people, but most units can easily handle 3 to 10 people's daily needs. It will eliminate the presence of any foul odors, as well as 98% of all the bacteria and other bad stuff, leaving you with reliable and effective daily wastewater purification. Even better, these systems are energy independent, so when the electricity disappears, they will carry on going for quite a while before automatically switching over to septic mode. You can get an Ergobox for just $1,300. Facadeclick. Facadeclick is a Belgium-made facade construction system with the real potential to transform the way brick cladding is installed around the world. And it's really quite simple despite its ingenious design. Its first major advantage is that no mortar or water is needed during installation, speeding up the process by up to 7 times. And you can carry on building no matter what the weather decides to do that day, or any day for that matter. Facadeclick's secret is these special bricks that use patented connecting elements to lock together, as well as its built-in thermal insulation and the uniquely shaped screws that fix the final row of bricks in place. This system allows you to stop and start over if you've made a mistake. In the end, you'll be left with a wall that looks like this, but is twice as durable as the classic version and much cheaper to make. A fresh breath of air on a construction site is worth its weight in gold, and this is why our next invention is a must-have for any construction site or public place. HYDROTEX articulating block. Up next is an invention from the USA that has been used on every single continent. The HYDROTEX articulating block was designed for challenging environments where erosion protection is needed for construction. This multi-layer fabric is flexible and filled with concrete or other strong compounds, which results in a sturdy and reinforced structure. This very invention has been used to cover 75 million square feet or 6,967,728 square meters of ground. And this includes everything from jetties, culverts, spillways, bridge columns, and more. It's basically a gigantic blanket, but its impressive features include the fact that it's waterproof, non-toxic, UV-resistant, and even fireproof. Systemair K. If you're a builder and you don't include some sort of high-quality ventilation system in your project, especially if it's a large-scale undertaking, then you're definitely going to have a problem on your hands. Places with a lot of foot traffic, like schools or shopping centers, are going to be especially vulnerable to the effects of poor age quality. And that's the reason why products like Systemair's K-Series duct fans are perfect for these settings. The fans come equipped with energy-efficient and user-friendly EC motors, and they have the ability to deliver air circulation rates of 6,350 to 61,100 cubic feet per hour, or 180 to 1,730 cubic meters per hour. They can even be set up outdoors if connected on both sides, thanks to their robust galvanized sheet steel construction. There are also vibration-reducing FK clamps that make it easier to install the fans, and the company's K100 model, which is selling for $438. Can tolerate air temperatures up to 140 degrees Fahrenheit or 60 degrees Celsius. What's not to love? Dragon Screed DS24. Construction is big business, especially in the United States, where millions of new homes need to be built each year. So companies are always searching for ways to speed up their projects. That's why we are featuring the Dragon Screed DS24, a unique patented system that attaches itself to a wheel loader and is designed to assist with screeding and gravel handling. This ingenious invention provides alternatives to human labor, so smaller screws can do just as much, if not more, than a large team would have done, and surprisingly with less physical work. It offers a working width ranging from 4 to 22 feet or 1.22 to 6.71 meters, depending on the model. And it claims to be the only one of its kind on the market right now. Prices for this system start at $9,000. AFS Logicwall. Formwork is just formwork, right? It's just the foundation of any successful construction project. Nothing exceptional, and nothing we should be spending too much time on improving. We guess nobody told this company because AFS has been hard at work designing the best smart permanent formwork solutions in the industry, and their Logicwall option is simply phenomenal. Each panel is fully customizable, so less has to be done on site as you're building, and it takes just 8 days from the moment of drawing approval to delivery of the finished structure. Plus, what's just as helpful is that the panels can be installed by hand, so you don't always need a crane around, and you can use them as a robust base for finishing materials if you have to. There are also more than enough sizes to choose from, and while most panels are around 3.6 feet or 1.1 meters wide and 14 feet or 4.2 meters high, you have the option to order larger options if needed. Preparing for natural disasters is not an easy task, but it may finally be possible thanks to an ingenious invention coming up. PREDL-FLEXLINER. If you consider the fact that every single year, most countries in the world are faced with the problem of working with and disposing of literally billions of cubic feet of wastewater, it's quite surprising that it took so long for someone to create a technology like this. In Germany, for example, specialists have created this intriguingly unique trenchless solution that allows workers to fix structures like sewers and draining systems without causing a huge interruption to traffic or anyone else's day. A small team just needs to use 3D scanning to create a precise digital model of the damaged area, after which the data is used to design a custom repair liner made out of durable synthetic polyurea that's perfectly tailored to the problem areas outlined. The polyurea liner won't be affected by wastewater at all and offers exceptional flexibility and strength. Plus, everything is finished off and reinforced with a layer of concrete so that the entire structure is fully protected. Isabou. Landslides are a big problem for many small towns and cities across the world, and they cause staggering amounts of destruction every time they happen. That's why some municipalities, like this one in the tiny Japanese city of Takahashi, have resorted to using a new type of construction to stop these disastrous events before they destroy everything. On screen, you can see one of these colossal and protective reinforcing structures being built with the help of a special machine and a lone worker dousing concrete spray over it. But all this is not all that's needed, and the structure also needs to be secured with enormous human-sized anchors. And to do this, a special EST 210 machine capable of calibrating its angle from -10 to 90 degrees was used throughout, and with obviously amazing results. Bullfrog Trac II. Now we'll be looking at a product that promises to help construction workers level concrete in a way that is not only much faster, but also looks much better and is much more precise. The Bullfrog Trac II is a pretty straightforward tool to set up and use, and it works by employing a cable system to guide a vibrating head that creates strips of leveled concrete 4 to 10 feet, or 1.2 to 3 meters wide. This results in ultra-smooth floors, and the entire system runs on battery power, which makes it even more ideal. You will get around 12,000 square feet or 1,115 square meters of coverage out of a reach full charge, depending on the concrete density. What's more, it's smart enough to warn you when it's running low on power by sounding a built-in alarm and flashing an LED light. It comes pre-equipped with 2 100-foot or 30-meter cables to get you started, and with only a team of 2, you can easily operate the system. We think its $3,500 price tag is not too bad when you consider just how good it is at its job, wouldn't you say? Wouldn't it be great if construction could be transformed into an industry that doesn't hurt the earth? Stay tuned to see how this may be possible in the near future. Earth to Earth. Humans pollute at an insane rate. This is not something we can overlook or ignore, and unfortunately, construction seems to be one of the most egregious ways of all that we are doing it. In many developed countries, a staggering amount of construction waste is created every single year, often amounting to millions of tons, and it's a problem that is only going to get worse. Fortunately, there are innovative minds out there that are trying to come up with solutions to this problem, and one such initiative is being carried out by students from the Zurich University of Applied Sciences. These teams are using 3D printing to create formwork made from earth or other similar natural alternatives, not traditional concrete, and thus there will be literally no waste produced by any project in the future, no matter how ambitious or large. AggreFill. AggreFill will bring an end to frustrating road hazards, like potholes, in the most convenient way possible. With it, just one worker all on his own can fix potholes on busy roads in under half an hour, without any fancy tools or extensive training. Each one of AggreFill's bitumen-coated chips measure around 0.5 to 0.8 inches, or 14 to 20 millimeters in size, and they are perfect for filling in potholes as deep as 2.3 inches, or 6 centimeters. In such cases, it's encouraged to use them along with special complementary thermoplastic chip fill worms to get the longest-lasting results, because after being burned onto the chip fill, these plastic worms create a solid protective layer, tough enough to easily support the weight of vehicles constantly moving over it, day after day. Additionally, chip fill can also be used alone. Prices start at just $15. Rhino Carbon Fiber Crack Lock. So you've noticed a crack in your foundation or swimming pool that wasn't there before, and now you're left with the responsibility of doing something about it before it gets worse. One of the best things you can do now is to get your hands on a Rhino Carbon Fiber Crack Lock. There's a reason that Rhino has evolved into the premium choice when it comes to structural strengthening and crack repair in concrete, and this product is one of their best. Its core component is a rebar-like lock made of carbon fiber, which has been proven to not only be 10-fold stronger than even steel, but corrosion-resistant to boot, with a single lock being able to hold back and resist a pulling or stretching force of up to 2,900 pounds or 1,315 kilograms. The locks are particularly effective for repairing cracks with a deflection of less than 2 inches. Afterwards, you fill the joint with epoxy resin, then simply paint over the finished surface. It doesn't get much simpler than this. The days where asphalt and concrete were the only options for roads are long gone, so stay tuned for the modern version that'll blow your socks off. Titan. Since its founding nearly a decade ago, Titan Applicators has succeeded in rising to the top of their prospective industry and has become the go-to solution for those looking for ultra-durable and reliable spray coatings. Their foam-based replacement for EPDM roofing membranes is one of their best inventions to date, and it boasts a long list of advantages over others of its kind, from helping to save on energy costs to keeping out bugs, noise, wind, and preventing mold and fungus growth. It's really almost a no-brainer as to why you should choose Titan for your next project. Plus, this coating will never warp or shrink, can be used in homes and commercial buildings alike, is only 1 inch or 2.5 centimeters thick, and has an astounding heat transfer resistance rating of 7, much higher than the 2.5 score of most brick walls. So why not give it a try next time? Strol PebbleLock. Need to upgrade an old, worn-out, hole-infested driveway or parking lot? Then we suggest having a look at this next incredibly practical construction technology known as PebbleLock. The Strol company has developed these 1 inch or 24 millimeter high mats to be a replacement to asphalt or concrete. They make them out of recycled plastic too, so you can feel good about your decision to install them, and you'll feel even better every time you see how good they look. You can skip the construction crew too, since they're single user friendly, and they work by holding crushed stone or granite chips in place that you lay down. On top of them, the fully permeable surface then allows water to drain, preventing puddles and reducing the risk of flooding. But the manufacturer suggests using pebbles size between 0.3 to 0.5 inches or 8 to 14 millimeters for the best results. Naue Bentofix. By looking at this product being put to use, it is very easy to see why these mats from the Bentofix company have become one of the most reliable ways to build long-lasting and immovable structures like tunnels, reservoirs, ponds, and even landfills, or large open embankments. These nearly indestructible mats are the perfect shield against liquids, gases, and possibly toxic vapors, and can even be submerged in water and still be worked on. This greatly improves the scale of any project and reduces the stress placed on workers. The secret lies in their clever multi-layered structure, and since each mat is basically a glorified needle punch sandwich with layers of geotextiles mixed with bentonite powder, it has been built with cutting-edge thermal lock technology. The sheer strength of each unit is simply unbelievable and much greater than almost any other option available today. Imagine you can shape drywall in any creative way you want without extensive planning and effort. Don't miss out on the invention we have coming up for exactly this goal. Profili Cobra. Drywall ceiling installations can get tricky if you don't have the right equipment, since they often require complex and technically challenging shapes to be cut out and fitted. This means workers occasionally need something a little more nuanced than what the average toolbox offers. That's why Cobra is so popular, because their patented flexible profiles are designed to fit any conceivable shape. To boot, a single person can now produce what a creative team could, and often in less time. Once shaped by hand, each profile will hold and remember their unique shape, erasing the need for extra inserts or fixing gadgets, which gives you the freedom to create any outline or design, from arches to domes and everything in between. Cobra currently offers 5 width options, ranging from 1.2 to 4 inches or 3 to 10 centimeters. And every profile measures 10 feet or 3 meters in length. You should also know that they are made out of a durable 0.02 inch or 0.6 millimeter thick galvanized steel, so you can place all your trust in them on top of all your money. AFS Logicwall. What would you use if you had to build a very big house in not only a very short amount of time, but you also had the responsibility of adding the best wastewater system possible, and even adding more rooms if you didn't build enough? Well, if you live in Australia, where people have some of the most spacious and well-constructed homes in the world, you'll probably have to choose the AFS Logicwall stay-in-place formwork system. This robust framework is meant to be the fastest and easiest way to build a house, and you'll be given these pre-made, perfectly finished panels that just need to be slotted or snapped into position, completely eliminating the need for complex tools or specialized training. The panels are available in thicknesses ranging from 4.3 to 11.8 inches, or 10.92 to 29.97 centimeters. Each one is not only fully fire resistant, but light enough to be moved by human hands, and versatile enough to be used for more than a single project. FP McCann's construction solution. If a brand can be trusted by some of the most prestigious institutions around, then we think we can probably give it a mention here. So next we'll have a look at the student residence being built for the UK's University of York, a sprawling £150 million project with more than 1,400 rooms and 18 buildings in all. This is where the FP McCann team has been making a significant contribution. Since they are the country's biggest and most experienced concrete manufacturer, they managed to successfully place 7,177 reinforced concrete elements right on schedule, and because every one of their units are stamped with the QR code, keeping track of everything was easier than laying the actual bricks. And FP McCann succeeded in building one building with 86 rooms in just over a month. Will this be present in more construction projects in the future? Mega constructions and huge projects need some extra muscle on their side, and the next entry on our countdown will undeniably be a game changer. SJS Seismic Expansion Joint. Many of the most jaw-droppingly impressive mega construction projects we see around us are hives of complex engineering challenges, especially when engineers have to contend with environments that don't always cooperate. Take stadiums as an example. Most have relatively simple designs, but all of them need to be built to last as long as possible and keep people safe and comfortable when they're there. They also have to be flexible enough to resist natural challenges like a shifting foundation caused by earth movements or things like mining activities, and strong enough to withstand the test of time. That's where expansion joints play a vital role. These hardworking waterproof seismic seals, crafted with hybrid materials like silicone impregnation and foam, come in a variety of sizes from 2 to 16 inches or 5.08 to 40.64 centimeters. Despite their humble origins, they're working behind the scenes in not just stadiums, but also many public spaces like parking lots and airports, keeping things where they should be. Groupe Baguette Eco-Marais, Benelux. Eco-Marais is a leader in their field, and this influential construction technology provider has already managed to change the way we approach the building of retaining and separating walls. They have done this by showing how a modular system can be the basis for any sustainable construction job, no matter the size. Their patented modular systems are meant to combine the best features of traditional construction methods with the most modern ideas. And the result is this wall framework that has the simplicity of a classic wall but the strength of a stone-filled gabion frame, does not need the splatter of mortar to hold it together, and even has a helpful eye bolt to help cranes with their lifting. The modules are versatile too, ranging from 0.49 to 2.01 meters in length and 104.78 to 990.21 kilograms in weight. And the entire setup is usually designed around the needs of the project, so each one can be unique and ideally suited to whatever the site dictates it to be. Inspection chamber. If you're feeling like you're adrift in a near infinite pool of drainage options, our next topic might be able to help you break down some of the most vital must-knows, including the best way to kick off your project. If you're working with serious weights, there are several heavy-duty components built to take the pressure that can support up to 5 tons or 11,000 pounds. However, homeowners have not been forgotten either, and there are also clearly labeled parts on offer that make it easy to set up a personal system, even if you're completely new to drainage. Depth is another key point to consider, and if you need to dig a bit deeper, Northern Building Plastics has options for systems buried as far as 33 feet or 10 meters down, and you can create endlessly unique customized routes simply by using the poly drain splitters. So you really have nothing but the best options to choose from. Moving away from traditional grass may be a more beneficial decision than you thought. Keep watching to see how. Artificial turf. Sometimes you just don't want to keep doing the same thing over and over again. And one thing that can soon seem like an endless cycle is mowing your lawn. And when that happens to you, it might be time to switch to artificial turf. The number of benefits this perfect, grassy surface has to offer is quite phenomenal, starting with it saves you hours of working in the sun, and ending with it helping to save the planet. This might seem like a bit much at first, but considering a newly planted lawn needs at least 10 gallons of water every day to survive, not to mention the many chemicals needed to fuel the machines that keep it in check. Artificial turf seems like the only logical alternative. It's incredibly durable, resists wear and tear, looks like the real thing, needs almost no upkeep, and even expertly hides any imperfections in the soil beneath. This is on top of being easy enough for one person to lay down by themselves. Geismar S2PV. If you want to see firsthand how the railroad industry is evolving in real time, then the best place to go would be France, and the thing to see would be the Geismar S2PV. This incredible machine is capable of laying tracks at a simply astonishing rate of 656 feet, or 199.95 meters per hour, far outpacing its competition. Since it's fully remote controlled, the absolute highest level of safety is just about guaranteed during each workday. This explains why this project is going so well, and why the crew have been using the Geismar to lay more than 7 miles or 11.2 kilometers of new track. But you should also know that this is much more than just one function machine. It's essentially a transformable train that can move on both rails and ground, and it comes with a range of loading platforms with lengths from 69 to 138 feet, or 21 to 42 meters, as well as a powerful onboard crane that can be operated independently or as a fixed unit. Installing culvert pipe. The job of a pipe layer is not an easy one, but it's arguably one of the most important jobs in the construction industry. Every single step requires precision and extreme attention to detail, and sometimes dangerously heavy steel or concrete parts have to be so expertly placed to ensure the structure's stability and safety that mistakes are simply not an option. Everything from the waterproofing to the layout of the concrete is their responsibility, but it's one that simply can't be overlooked. Pipelines are the backbone of just about any construction project, and if things like culverts are not taken care of consistently, a lot of things can and will go wrong. Just the US alone currently has more than 200,000 reported leaks every year, which shows just how much pressure the entire network really is under at every moment, and why it needs special attention at every level, without pause, day after day. Construction sites are becoming more advanced by the day. Be sure to check out our next list for more cool inventions.